So this video is making these things. I'm not sure what they are. They're done. I haven't quite figured it out. It's kind of like you got the culinary arts, and this is next level culinary arts, where it's interpretive eating. So this is kind of like an interpretive eating video. So these could be Mounds rolls, or they could be chocolate chip coconut cookies, soft cookies. I'm kind of like looking at them at a glance. It's kind of like, are those the only options? You know, is there a third option that these things could be? But no, it's one of those two options. And it's actually right down the middle. They are burnt, so we do know that. But they're not burnt bad. Like that one is looking actually almost pretty good. So these started off their life as sweet rolls. And then they got mixed up with the liberal crowd at the universities, and then they turned into these not so gluten-free food items. Kind of happens to the best of them, I guess. But they were supposed to be sweet rolls. But the dough kind of blended together. So now it's kind of just a single mass of stuff. Very good, actually. Yeah, it's talking a lot of smack, but it's actually really good. Not too sweet. You know, it does leave you thirsty. You know, I could use a glass of milk now. I just had 3 of them. They're good. So it's kind of like, you know, doing just one isn't gonna work. So you never know what it is though. It was supposed to be a sweet roll. It's some kind of a dessert. It's like a chocolate coconut cookie.
Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to the radio program, Today's Issues, and it is Trivia Friday again, if you can believe it. Trivia Friday here on American Family Radio. Tim Wildman with Ed Vitagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim. It's the first Friday in March. Believe that.
I can believe that.
Not only that, today is Tim Wildman's birthday. So happy birthday to the president of American Family Association, American Family Radio. Hey, I got you this new t-shirt.
Thank you, Jay. Joe, did you get a new Trivia Friday t-shirt? Ed, you're so thoughtful.
Tim, please tell the story where 3 of the 4 of his siblings were all born on the same day. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't,
Okay, so
it wasn't with the, well, let's do it like that you say.
I'm 57 today. I think it's 57 today. And I have 2 sisters and a brother, all younger than me. And one of my sisters and my brother, both, we all 3 have March 6th as our birthday. So 3 of the 4 siblings, as JJ said, have March 6th as our birthday. That was again on the Guinness Book of World Records. It was close, but I think this was a few years ago when I looked. There were a family of 5. Now you would have to have the same mom and dad.
Right. Same birthday.
The same mom and dad. The same.
And not C-section. Like they do today.
No.
Say, hey, we're close to the due date. Let's just go ahead and have the baby on Friday. You know.
No C-section, same parents, and no twins. So obviously no twins. So 3 of the 4 of us have the same birthday.
So you're talking about the world record is 5 siblings?
It was. It was.
It was 3.
It was. They lived in Montana, but that's many years ago since I looked at the Guinness Book of World Records on that topic. But yeah, crazy. And but there's the downside to that. There's the downside to that, and that is, and I love my parents,
Right.
but they comboed our birthdays.
Oh, I see what you're
You see what I'm saying? They comboed our birthdays.
That's looking good.
What question do I try to ask?
I want to see a Christmas question.
Here it is. Which Christmas villain has a heart 2 sizes too small?
I believe that would be the Grinch.
That's the Grinch. The Grinch. The Grinch.
Grinch stole Christmas.
Right. Well, what's your question for us, John?
Well, because it's Tim's birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Brother
He's
John.
a college football fan.
Yes, sir.
This is about college team mascots.
1 egg.
And so there's, hundreds of NCAA teams, and all their mascots,
Where's the money?
almost all their mascots end in an S, like Tigers or Bulldogs. And there are a few that
Eggs.
do not end in S and do not contain a color, like orange men.
For the show.
I would do name at least 5 that do not end in S.
3 eggs.
Okra. Isn't that Delta State? Yeah.
Keep the bad cholesterol at bay.
How about Fighting Irish?
Fighting Irish.
There's one.
Crimson Tide.
Yep.
Eat your eggs in 3s.
No, Crimson Tide has...
That's cool to the touch. Not warm. Egg cooled it down. So I'm gonna pop that back on the stove while I get the dry ingredients going. Just over 3.5 cups flour. This been down here a long time. I'm not sure how big this is. What's this on? Looks like I skewered it with my thermometer. This is brown sugar. I haven't used it since the War of 44. Doing my hard apple ciders. Being sober, you end up with a lot of things that you don't need. Like some of this yeast is for alcohols, brown sugar's for alcohols. Wrapped in the plastics for the humidities. So I'm going to do about a cup of this in there with about a teaspoon of salt. Make this a little wider. That's looking good. I'm gonna give it a little more. Or a fair amount more. It's still not gonna be that sweet. This is still gonna be a mild dough. I'll save this for some brown sugar molasses sweet rolls. Brown sugar molasses raisin rolls. That is the goodness. That's not wet sand, that's brown sugar. And I didn't put that much salt on my eggs this morning. Just compensate. Jar full of goodness. That's it for the dry ingredients. Sugars, salts, flours. Break up some of those brown sugar chunks. Looking good. Never know what that is. It's nice little glop. So there wasn't much water in that because it's easier to add water than to take the water out. Wow. Surprisingly not all that bad. Probably get away with just that. But it would be a drier, denser, like a thick, dense dough. And we don't like dense doughs. I'm just going to give it a splash of water. Just kind of get some of those goody ingredients out. There's the water. So this is a little iffy, having the eggs in here and letting it rest. Really probably something better to incorporate later. But it's looking good. What do you call it? It's only going to be resting for I'm just going to let it rest in my pocket for an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. Not too long. So any salmonellas and things Won't really have enough time to do too much. And then it will be getting cooked, so it won't be that bad. This is a nice dark dough from all that brown sugar. Get some of that air. And then to the pocket she goes. Perfect. Nice sunny day. So this is probably like 105 degrees or something. So let it rest out there instead of in my pocket. It's actually warmer out there. This is a starch stain right here from where that's liquefied some potatoes, and it just doesn't come off. So I'm gonna knead this out. Do it, 2 batches again. Get it going. This is a sticky dough. All the sugar makes it sticky. And I gave it that bit of water at the beginning. Because it seemed a little dry, but I think it just seemed dry because of something. The butter wasn't melted. Now that it's warmed up and melted more. Definitely got a lot more, stickier. So it didn't need that bit of water. Basically. Getting it floured and cleaned. Getting this pan floured. So I'm going to do it half at a time. Let's work with this one for now. And actually, I'm going to start on the filling. Let's get this into a ball. So this is going to be the filling. Sweetened coconut flakes. This is a brand new thing. This is 7 ounces. That's about half. Wow, that's not much. So I'm going to do the full thing. So I like coconut. I really don't eat it all that often. So it doesn't grow around here. I knew as I was a kid. I don't know, pretty little. I ate a bag of coconut like that and puked. And this is a full bag of 60% cacao, dark chocolate. Wow, those are some big chips. I didn't think chocolate chips were that big. These things are massive. It was like 3/8 of an inch. I was thinking they're like 1/4 of an inch. Question, is that enough? Or do I go ahead and add all of it? That's enough. This is pretty, it should be pretty bitter. Put that there. Snag one of these. So I think for making a chocolate ganache or something, you put egg yolk in the chocolate. I think that's some kind of a chocolate thing. And for making a macaroon, you put egg white in your coconut. This is my food spoon and that's my coffee spoon. I'm gonna mix this. I might add sugar to it. But I might not. That coconut's got a decent amount of sweetness to it. Not sweet, but not unsweet. Get that mixed up. Roll that out. Okay. Now it's ready. Get my hands floured, spread it over the top, reflour it, and give it a flip so that fresh flour's on the bottom. Get it back into rough shape. Start the spreading process. So I used to have a rolling pin, but I haven't gotten one yet. Don't really have a big enough workspace to warrant a rolling pin. But once I get a bigger space, I'll use a rolling pin. That's maybe a quarter of an inch thick. Let's see. Give it half. Maybe here more. Wow. Half isn't all that much. It's a pretty thin layer. Wowie wow wow. Yeah. Spritz more. Definitely thought it would go a lot further. Pretty sparse. But this dough itself is like its own little dessert. Doesn't need a whole lot of filling. So the next one will probably roll out not as thin. Got my pan. Pizza pan. I'm gonna do this in eighths. I probably should have floured this blade, but it's too late now. A little bit messy on that blade. That's part of the filling now. kind of got it on 1/2 of the thing, roughly spaced. And then I'm gonna do the last half of the dough, last half of the goodies. And I'm gonna flour the knife next time. Fill up the last half of the pan. Looking good, looking good. Kind of get them situated a little better. That looks good. So I'm gonna let those rest. Cover them. This is in the sun. Kind of warm up a little and start rising. You know, it'll be about a 15-minute, 20-minute rise before I throw them on there. Before they start cooking, I'm gonna give this a cleaning. This was definitely a messy one, a sticky dough. I think I'll start doing maybe some cookies instead of sweet rolls. Sweet rolls are just, you know, a little too messy. Yeah, so do this like that. This is like early March. $55 maybe out, but something and something. It's nice and sunny, so feels warmer. Whew. Oh, what's this? What is that? Get a fire going. When it's sunny out and the panels are charging the batteries, the lights flicker like this. Not good. But once the sun sets, it stops charging the batteries. You know, it's just a steady light. That's with this, you know, charger. This is a pretty minimal battery charger and all that. Get that going. Very nice. Got it opened. I'll take it going. It's actually a lot of coconut. You know, it didn't seem like much coconut when I was spreading it out, but seeing it like this, that's kind of a fair amount. Going with the same setup. This time, I'm just not going to cook it as long. You know, I'm used to things burning, like making smoke when they're overcooking. But it never made smoke last time. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's not burnt. It's not making smoke, so it's not burnt yet. But this time I'm actually gonna, you know, do more, you know, I'm not gonna look for smoke to tell if it's burnt or not. You know, usually it's just let it go until it's burnt, and then you know it's done. You know, easy peasy. This time I'm gonna try being a little more thorough. A little more defined. Some people use like a timer. They would set a timer to 15 minutes, 30 seconds or something. I'm gonna put some more wood on there. Like those pieces right there. When those pieces right there burn down, I'm gonna check it. And poke them. I'm gonna poke them with my finger and see what they do. And they'll probably be done by then, I'm thinking. See how it goes. Lost track of time. Eating a salad. Just some little pieces. There we go. So it takes a while for heat to build up. So it is hot. Go unopened all the way. Wow, not much change. Yeah, so I guess it wasn't bad. I lost track of time. Gotta eat a meal while you're making your dessert. They haven't even started cooking yet. It's barely warm to the touch. A little warm to the touch over here on this end. And this end is just barely warm to the touch. Give it a spin. So I'm thinking probably burn that down and maybe another burn, because it's still just, the stove has just gotten warm. There we go. We had some old lettuce in my salad. Probably like a 5 days old. Wouldn't have been bad, but it was like 60 degrees all 5 days, so started going bad. Yeah, another 40 minutes, an hour maybe. It's like backdraft. What is that? Set it to the low. Better than the flames is the smell. It smells delightful. Starting to expand. Has a ways to go. But it's kind of like sardines now. A real tight fit. Just set this to low. So I'm gonna let that burn, and then I think this will be good once that's all burned down. Close up the oven door real quick. I'll let all the cold air in there. There we go. Perfect. Very nice. So it looks like some burning. Sound good. Looking sound good. Feel good. That chocolate chips didn't really melt. It didn't really get hot enough for the I mean, they're melted, but not in a ooey gooey sense. Let's see if I can Oh wow, that's crazy. That must have been condensation on the lid. So maybe I'll pull the lid sooner next time. A little condensation droplets. So hot this is. This is my oven mitts right here. Let these cool for a second before I try them out. So I already had two. This will be the last one for this sitting. Still really hot. Burnt. But not as bad as the other one. The other one was actually like crispy. It's no longer a sweet roll. It's now some kind of a strange topped cookie. All the different rolls is kind of melded together. You can't really see the coconut, but you can taste it. It's hard to say if it's a Mounds roll like a Mounds candy bar or a coconut chocolate chip cookie. Soft cookie. Coconut chocolate chip soft cookie. I want to say it's more of a soft cookie and a sweet roll. I was going to add peanuts to it. One of them. So this is, you know, two halves. You know, cup and a half of flour each half. And then each half cut. Into 8 little rolls. For a total of 16 rolls. I'm going to put dry roasted salted peanuts on half. And honey roasted peanuts on the other half. But I totally forgot about the peanuts. I don't got almonds, I guess, for almond joy. So I was gonna use peanuts. Ended up using all of the coconuts, so you know, I'm not gonna bother getting more coconut to try it with peanuts, but Very nice. Probably not worth the expense. You know, coconut is expensive and chocolate chips are expensive. Not expensive, but they're really not cheap foods. Flour and sugar and oil are cheap. You know, you can make baked goods, simple baked goods on the cheap. But when you start adding things like coconut or chocolate chips, they start getting expensive. It's still way cheaper than, you know, buying something store-bought. Most people would consider it, you know, a worthwhile expense, but for me, it's not worth getting more cocoa or chocolate chips. I still got some half, you know, chocolate chips, so I'll do like some chocolate chip peanut butter cookies or something. Go with cookies, smaller batch of cookies rather than a big batch of rolls next time. But chocolate chip coconut cookie or Mounds roll. Pretty good.